Hey guys, today I'm reviewing my first Doctor Who story. As you saw earlier, it was picked out and it was the Crusade, so I'll be reviewing that today. Here's the box set DVD with all the missing stories on. This is what I used to watch it. There's only episode 1 and 3 that survives from the 4-parter. So there also has the soundtracks for 2 and 4, episodes 2 and 4, but I didn't bother listening to them. So this review is only reviewing the televised episodes that remain. That's episode 1 and episode 2. Okay, the Crusades from season 2 of William Hartnell, his second season. And in season 2 he'd mellowed a bit, so he wasn't as grumpy as he used to be in season 1. So that was quite good, that his character developed a little bit. The Crusade is an historical story, and that's what made William Hartnell's era as the Doctor unique, because he did some purely historical stories that didn't involve any fantasy element. It's a shame other eras don't do this anymore, because it's a good contrast to the sci-fi stories. But I don't think they'll ever do a purely historical story anymore, because they always seem to put some silly aliens in that spoils it. But with Hartnell's era, he did purely historical stories and they worked really well. They were good character pieces. They gave everyone the moments and developed the companions, and I think that's a good reason why Hartnell's companions were so good. In the Crusade, all these companions really stand out, especially Barbara. It's similar like the Aztecs, another historical. She gets captured by the villains, and in the story she tries to be someone who she isn't, to try to trick them. As in Aztecs she was trying to be a god, and in this one she's trying to be the sister of the king. And she works really well in the historical stories because she's a good actress. Probably one of the best companions actually in the whole of Doctor Who. So she seems to work really well in historical stories. She gets lots to do in them. Ian's also good in this one. He's got like fight scenes and he's trying to rescue Barbara. Vicki in this story, like I used to think that she's just like a clone of Susan. Like Susan's the Doctor's granddaughter and she left, and they brought this other girl to replace Susan, and I used to think it was just like a Susan rip-off, but actually she's not bad really. She's good in this one anyway. They dress her in nice historical costumes. All the actors are very well dressed in this one. That was another good thing about the historicals. The wardrobe was really good. The story's also directed by Douglas Camfield, who did loads of brilliant Doctor Who stories, especially some excellent Tom Baker ones. So in this story you can say that certain scenes are really shot well. He uses shadows effectively when they're trapped in cells and looking out the windows and things like that. It's all done very well. A lot of TV directors just directed by the numbers really, but Douglas Camfield put more energy into his direction and it shows in the stories that he did. When I was watching parts 1 and 3 on the DVD box set, I thought episode 1 looked a bit more grainy and a bit poor quality actually, but I was a bit worried that part 3 would be the same, but part 3 stands out. It's actually good quality, part 3. It's looks really like it's been touched up. It's also the better of the episodes, part 3. There's like more dramatic moments in it. Part 1 was more just like an introduction to the story and everything, setting the scene basically. So it's a pity part 4's missing though, because when you get a Doctor Who story and there's certain episodes missing, you don't really want part 4 missing. But unfortunately this one, it is. So that's a pity, but if they animate it, it'll improve the story a lot more when you watch it. The guest stars are really good. There's a couple of good guest stars in this story. There's Julian Glover and Jean Marsh. Julian Glover is in some of my favourite films. He's in like The Empire Strikes Back. He's in For Your Eyes Only, the James Bond film, playing the main villain, Crusade. He's in loads of stuff. And Jean Marsh is really good in this one too. She's been in lots of good things too. She's in this story, she's in the next story playing Katarina, the first companion ever to be killed in Doctor Who, in the Dalek story, Daleks Masterplan. She's also years later in the 80s in the Sylvester McCoy story, Battlefield. So she's also in one of my favourite films. She's not in much, but she's in the beginning of The Changeling where she gets killed. So she's really good in this. I especially like the scenes when her and Julian Glover are together and he's trying to get them married off to this other king to make peace. And she's really furious when she finds out. She has a heck of an argument with him. It's so funny. So that's one of the best scenes. Really good, them two. It's interesting that a lot of the actors in the story, there was quite a few like blacked up to play darker characters. And in this day and age you could class that as a bit racist, but you have to take into account this is in the 60s. The same like the Talons of Wenchai and the Tom Baker story, that's recently getting accused of being racist as well. But people aren't sort of like taking into account the year these stories were made. Like everything in them days followed the same pattern. If they wanted, if some parts were supposed to be played by foreign people, they'd just black the British actors up to save hiring other foreign actors. So you can't really criticise it for that. Overall I thought part 3 was better than part 1 of the two parts. I still enjoyed part 1, but I thought part 3 had a lot more better scenes in. So, and overall, although it was good, it wasn't brilliant, I'd give the story as a whole, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. If, well, it will be out eventually, and hopefully they'll animate 2 and 4, the mark might go up. But at the moment, just going by the 2 episodes that I've recently seen, I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. I still think the best historical story so far that I've seen is the Aztecs. But this is still a good one. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, I'll be picking another story out of the bag. Random story of Doctor Who, so I wonder what I pick next time. So, okay, bye, bye. So, Bones, what did you think of Doctor Who the Crusade?
I was bored to bloody death by the bugger.
Will you pick a bloody Tom Baker one? Okay, bye.